Hello and welcome into another sunny day episode of She Time. And I have for you a very special friend, actually. Sue Stone has become a real mentor friend to me over the years. I met her first, I don't actually know where I met you, Sue, I can't remember, but certainly to do with positive living groups and all of that. And then I've learned about her story of sort of really making good when she was in a very difficult space, like a classic story of having £10 in her purse and having to feed her kids and not knowing where to go, and then taking herself on big time. This lady has taken herself on and some, and she brings all of us with her. So all the things that she talks about, she's done for herself. So it's very, very real. And that's what I love about you, Sue. You're really real and frank and on it. And so let's introduce you once again to She Time on video. Welcome, Sue Stone.
Hello, darling. Thank you for having me on. How kind of you to invite me.
Well, you know, you have just been on Channel 4 and we're all very excited about this because you did some filming way back, didn't you, in the winter time or something, and you didn't.
No, it was well, they approached me last July,
right.
and I had to be happy that I was prepared to do the filming because, you know, you can't always take all TV because it isn't always win the right to, you know, I need to know it was going to be positive and inspirational and truly getting my message over there. And but I felt happy that the essence of the program was inspirational, and they did the filming in August. So yeah, we've been waiting right the way through up until it coming out in the last of the series, which came out on April the 10th. Yeah, so it's been
quite a
fun
journey right from the summer. So like bringing the sun through again today for you, sunny Sue Stone. But that was called How Did You Get That Rich or something, wasn't it?
Wow. Yeah, the program was called How Did You Get So Rich? And it was when they first emailed me, out of the blue, Nats came to me and said, "Oh, Mum, we've had an email from a production company just saying that they were copying or not copying, but following the theme of something that they'd done in the States, the late Joan Rivers had done. So it's presented by a comedian, and that she goes around interviewing people, finding out how they got so rich and became successful. Well, their term successful being money, you know, but mainly it was ultra high net worth individuals, and that they said that they were going to be doing a series interviewing people around the world, actually, not all of us, there were only a few of us from the UK, but hosted or presented by the comedian Catherine Ryan. So I was a little bit sort of cautious, but they specifically said to me that Channel 4 wanted to have me on because they felt, even though they knew I wasn't of that ultra, you know, billionaire status or multi-millionaire status, but certainly they knew I'd done well enough, and they felt my story was more something the mainstream audience could relate to. So I thought, okay, I'll talk to them. And I interviewed them first, really, just to make sure I was happy and stressing, look, it's a really important message we've got to get out. So, yeah, so I wasn't over keen on the title, but I made it clear that rich isn't all about the money you've got in your bank account. It's about feeling rich and how, you know, being rich inside. So,
oh, this is perfect, isn't it? Abundance has so many streams to it, and money's only part of it. And yeah, you know, you're known as the positivity coach, you know, but you know, you look at the whole person all the way around. You know, we all know we've got shadows, we've got stuff to deal with, but when we choose the more positive approach, we are more likely to succeed. This word succeed is also very interesting that you use. What is success? We succeed in more truly being who we really are. And you're brilliant at getting us online with that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, you know, little did I know all those years ago when my life hit its absolute rock bottom, as you very well know. You've heard me speak, and obviously, you know, with lots of times, and it was very scary, and I had no idea about conscious living and, you know, energy and chi and all that sort of thing. I was completely living unconsciously, you know, reacting to everything that was going on. And but I say to everybody, you know, it is important to live consciously and to to work on ourselves, and don't wait till you get as desperate as I got, down to your last 10 quid and about to be homeless, before you kind of wake up. But I guess it's the right time, in everybody's lives. Timing is everything, isn't it? So
well, this is it, Sue. Often it's the wake up calls that are exactly that, because we haven't got time. You're just so busy, just trying to make ends meet, juggling the kids with the shopping and the partner and the work. People haven't got time, and yet we've all got time to clean our teeth, is what I say.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
No,
in the eyes. Yes.
Yeah. It really is. It's. I do, and what I love, as you know, is that actually, when you really delve in deeply into this, we know this is ancient wisdom that's been around since the beginning of time, and that's what I love. And it's all backed up by science now. I've delved very deeply into the science as well. So, all this sort of stuff we covered in the filming as well. They film me literally all day, and then in the evening we had to get in renter crowd, so I put something out on good old Facebook saying we need an audience. So loads of wonderful local people, and some people even travelled from miles just to be there, to be in the audience in the evening. And then Catherine Ryan obviously did her bit, which got a little bit saucy, but she was hilarious. And but no, I was absolutely delighted with how well the production company and Channel 4 edited the program. They presented it brilliantly, and you never quite know with TV, do you, just how they're going to edit and whatever. But in my gut, I get invited or asked a lot to be on TV, and lots of it I turn down, because I feel if it's not all about me being on TV, it's about me really sharing the message, which I know I'm here to share. And so they absolutely assured me. And so I was really delighted, really delighted.
So are we. If you want to head over to Channel 4 on demand and check that out. Not right now, because we've still got Sue Stone here chatting about, and I'm interested, what's happened since that show went out? What's been going on in Sue Stone land since then?
Wow. Well, it's been, sorry, some very naughty person put a phone on loud again, and I hadn't realised. Sorry. Wow. Well, while the show was going on, I just had a few close friends here, and obviously my family, and I had a glass of wine in my hand as well, and obviously just trusting it was going to come out well. And have we lost each other?
No.
Okay, that's fine. It said internet was unstable, and but my phone, within seconds of the program coming, my bit of the program coming on, my phone was literally pop, 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 pop. I don't know whether there's people going on Facebook, Twitter, and my phone was obviously reacting, and it just went super crazy, and so much so that loads of data was deleted from my phone. I think it just couldn't cope with everything, but it was fine. It was only sorry about this. Sorry, most unprofessional. Good thing I didn't do it for Channel 4, was it?
That's all right.
Right, let me just literally turn this right down. Please excuse me, everybody.
Sue Stone live on She Time. Well, not quite like we pre-record, but I'm not going to edit that out, because this is real. This is what it's like.
I know. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, well, and to say, Clara, to say we've been inundated is a huge understatement. To say, I cannot tell you how many thousands of emails we've had, people signing on to, stuff on my website, sort of, we offer a free sort of 10-day course for videos. So many people have signed on for that and booked lots of different things. And it's, I've just had so many invitations to speak. It really has been overwhelmingly incredible. And it's relentless, actually. The book sales have gone through the roof. The publishers have run out of books. We've run out of books. They're having to do another reprint now.
Brilliant.
And CDs.
I mean, it's abundance, isn't it? But why do you think this is so? Apart from the fact that you're so fabulous, but no, as you say, it's your message as well. But it's also how you put it across. And you think people are really hearing this now? They're ready to hear it, or what is your take on why it's been so successful?
Yeah, I think the program really just showed me it's very normal, very grounded, and very real, which is what I am. And yeah, the love and the feedback we've had has been absolutely wonderful, and my family and I are hugely grateful for that. And I think, yeah, it's just so many people have just said, oh my goodness me, it just sort of, I just felt really drawn to you. And, you know, we had a bit of fun, and the funniest bit, you probably haven't seen this bit yet, but they wanted me to do a one-to-one with Catherine Ryan.
Okay.
And we were chatting away. And they did, of all the bits they clipped, there was suddenly this moment we were sitting in my conservatory, and suddenly I noticed one of the horses had walked onto the patio and started eating the plants in a pot. And so what part of it they edited out was they went, and I said, and the one real important thing to remember here is, and as I'm saying it, thinking we're flowing, I went, the one important thing to remember here is we have a horse on the patio. And it was the funniest bit. So many people have said, oh, they included that little bit in the TV. It really just made it fun, you know.
Yeah,
and
you can't make it up, can you? That's your
No.
real, and there was those great shots of you and her with your feet in the pool as well, as if like any minute you could like plop in, but
oh,
yes.
It was an amazingly warm day, and we had a lot of fun filming, and we chatted. And one of the other things that I really liked of all the things that I said was that we talk about being rich inside, and I said, you know, poor thinkers will never be rich, and I'm not just talking about money here. It's the people that resent people with success or dislike them, or that's why they keep money and success out of their experience, because, you know, if you dislike someone for being successful or rich or whatever way you want to put, that's not the right vibration to be in, as you very well know. But they cut things in like that about getting your inner world right and your outer world reflects. So really,
fabulous.
I mean,
yeah,
some of the key
really
phrases,
yeah. Key phrases. Come on then. What are they then?
Well, no, and one of the other ones, they did a little clip of the video I did in Dubai last year that I promised to do about how to deal with negative thoughts, and they took the little clip that I said the one little phrase that helped me so much was "my thoughts create my future," and they included that as well. I mean, you know, it honestly, Clara, it was sensational, but I felt it very much that this had come for a reason, that I feel there is. I do believe that, you know, this is being guided, that they, you know, I'm being put out there now to really hit the mainstream to try and get this message over. And it's interesting that the two main programs that I've had, a Secret Millionaire and How to Get So Rich, have had a huge impact on a massive audience, because they're such sort of popular programs and millions of people watch. But it's interesting, I said to someone the other day, that it's programs around money that is getting people interested, but it shouldn't be. But I feel, and I felt for a long time, part of my role in this bigger picture, as you know, we've all got our part to play, is to wake up the people, to bridge the gap between the people, to introduce them on their spiritual path, to introduce them into changing the way they interact and their attitude to life. And sadly, you know, a lot of people only wake up when they start to, you know, realize. But it is about having abundance in every area, isn't it? You know, let's be honest.
And money in the mainstream is can be seen to be a symbol of abundance. I mean, we know it's a reasonably crass symbol of abundance, really, and it's an old paradigm one, but it's part of the currency of abundance. So if that's what's getting people's attention,
yeah,
and you can expand around that subject more, can't you? And
totally. And I think it is getting people to see the program, and that's what I really respected Channel 4 for, and the production company for the way they edited it, and even me talking about, the rich and famous are so often unhappy and insecure, and that my fundamental message is to get people to have happiness and inner peace. And as you know, was my favourite strapline, create the greatest and most exciting version of you, because not everybody aspires to the same thing, but us being that best version of ourselves and having that inner peace. and actually just loving life, you know, creating a life you love and thriving, and that's it. Health, wealth, and happiness, the lot, really. So.
Absolutely. And it can be the simple things as well. And that's what you often remind us of too, isn't it? When it's just the simple things of the air that you breathe, the nature that surrounds you, the fact that you've got running water coming out of your taps. I mean, we forget that some of these basic things are the best ones to be grateful for.
I agree. And it's certainly something I lost sight of. You know, I readily put my hands up and say, I've been marvellous at doing it all wrong. I've been the expert of doing it all wrong, getting caught in the drama, you know, focus on the wrong things, perhaps making judgments about people. And, you know, it was a very challenging lesson at the time, but this is what I know my work is here to do now. And as you know, the Sue Stone Foundation is helping people turn their often challenging life experiences into helping others and giving them that bit of structure and support in how to get out there and how to work on themselves primarily, but then to share that with others. So
definitely become champions for the positivity cause.
But
as I say, it's the whole way around as well. We look at shadows, we look at the fact that life is challenging and tricky, but not becoming a victim of that, and looking for the chinks, the little silver linings that glisten at us. And
yeah, I think it's not just about being positive. It really isn't. It's because, you know, we don't want to be papering over the cracks, but being positive is part of it. You know, the importance of letting go of the past, you know, not holding on to negative emotion from the past. And of course, these days, you know, people have been inquiring a lot about how they can be part of the Sue Stone Foundation, but and doing a life coaching course, but it's not really the old traditional life coaching. You know, these days we can use the most amazing holistic tools and therapies and everything you do as well, Clara, that to help people shift much more quickly than the old days of counselling week in, week out, open it up, patch it back down again. You know, we could, with the way the energy is, we can shift so much better. Yeah. And so it's been quite interesting. Some people that have been inquiring to be part of the foundation and saying, well, how much money do you make? Well, they're the people that don't even get a look in, you know, because that's not what it's all about. It's the heart-centered people we want on board, and certainly I would want on board as part of our team.
Yeah, and you know, thank you for inviting me to be part of the Sue Stone Foundation as well. You know, it's been so great having you there at my back, really. If I've had any kind of like niggles or whatever, it's like, oh, I'll just drop Sue a message, and you know, you get back to me really swiftly, and as if, you know, that whole, it's part of being a bigger family. Like, as we grow, we all, as individuals, we grow as a group, you know. We know other people that we're involved with.
Yeah,
it's helping my business come through. So I really feel that with you. You're a community babe.
Oh, thank you. Well, it is, you know, everyone's their own individual person doing their own stuff, but sometimes it's nice to not feel alone, is it? And I know in the past when we've had sessions and chatted, and that you felt, oh my God, overwhelmed, everything you had to do, but knowing that you've got another head or other people within the team that you can bounce ideas around, that you know are like-minded, heart-centered people. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. And I think, should I just leave that out?
Leave that one out. I've only got one in, one out. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Absolutely. So what's next then? Are we going to see you on telly some more?
Well, interesting. It's going to be watch this space because there's a bit of communication going on. But I've felt for a while that you know, to be a regular on something or to have a show, that there is opportunities knocking. I'm talking with another production company as well for the Get Sue Stoned TV show, and we're putting together a pilot for that. And yeah, there's a few things bubbling away. So, but you know what? I think this whole TV has been all about, this latest one with Catherine Ryan and that came out, How Do You Get So Rich, was that it's given hope to people. It's made people, so many people have written saying, oh my God, I'm where you are, you know, down to my last 10 pounds or about to lose my home or whatever, or not that bad, you know, but just saying, do you know what, I've gotten to a rut, but it's given me that inspiration. And that's really what it's all about, is giving people hope, because when we've got hope, and then we can give them the tools how to apply into your life very simply to start to change and shift. I mean, it's got to make the world a better place, hasn't it?
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? If we're all in this as individuals, as you say, but we're all in it together. And as we take care of ourselves, we ripple out and connect with other people. Like you were saying, that being part of your team means that you can talk on a level with people where you're understood. And I think people in mainstream that are having these wake-up moments, but still very much in a lockdown to a certain extent, being stuck in their lives with what various things. How do you break out? How do you make new choices without upsetting people? It's like there's a lot of issues that can come up when you decide that you do want to change, or you're just called to it and you just have to do it. And I think some of the things that you suggest really help people to
it's how to sort of handle that fear of the unknown, the fear of change that holds people back, and of course you've got to have courage to make those changes, but stepping into that fear of the unknown, it blocks so many people. So this is what we're all about, is helping people realize that they can do it, but watch that self-talk apart from anything else. But anyway, no, it's all wonderful, and as I say, it's been a hugely sensational, exciting time. Nat's, we've had to extend our team. Sharon is also amazing at helping, and also Laura's been working as well. Nat's has never had so many emails in her life to deal with, but she's really good, very efficient, and she likes to give. We've had lots of feedback already on what amazingly quick responses and great customer service, so that's always nice as well. So.
It is good. So as you're expanding, aren't you? It's like your team needs to be able to step up.
Totally, totally.
That expansion.
Yeah.
Good on you.
No, it is. So it's watch your space, of course, with the power of the internet, the power of Facebook, and obviously I've got my database with on through my website, suestone.com. So if people want to keep in touch, find out, then, and by all means do. So.
Oh, it's great. It's so good to have you back on She Time as well.
Thank you.
We've had so many chats and it's been like, I really want you to share some of what you do. So having the TV show is like, right, this is a really good excuse to get you back on. So thank you very much for
my pleasure, darling, and good to chat, and thanks.
If you had a track that you would like to play, there's going to be listeners rather than people on YouTube, but have you got a favourite track that you like to play?
I like that one. I play at the start of the training, how does it get? New dawn, a new day, it's feeling good. Now, I'm not very good at singing, but that's a negative statement, I know, but you know what I mean? Feeling good, new dawn, new day, feeling good. Because it is all about the feeling. You got to feel good in the now, and the new dawn, new day, don't forget, every moment, source energy is always in the now, and this moment is all we've got. So, there's a new moment all the time, so we need to embrace it, don't we?
Oh yeah, let's play a bit of that for people. But as you say, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, it's suestone.com. Really easy to find, loads of resources on there, and
lots of free resources too.
And Facebook page, and watch this space.
Yes.
Okay, here's a little bit of Nina Simone for those of you listening in. For those on video, hop over to YouTube. It'll be there for you. Or just sing along to yourself. And it's great to sing. So I loved you singing there, Sil. It was good. But anyway, thank you so much. I think you have given us quite a few things to consider, but let's just do one thing to sweeten off with, one kind of piece of advice for people.
Okay. One area where I think people perhaps don't get the results they deserve is that they forget it's the way you feel in every moment is what you're creating for your future. The way you feel in every moment. Some people do a little bit of work on themselves in the morning, a bit of positive thinking, visualization, meditation, or whatever. And then the rest of the day they get back in their old way of thinking and dramas, and they don't realize that the way we feel in every moment, we're radiating that energy. So then it's a bit like having acid and alkaline, and it neutralizes. So, that I say a lot of times, if there's one thing you take away, remember it's the way you feel in every moment,
and you can choose. You can choose that. If
we can choose how to respond. Yes. We can choose. Life will always potentially throw us challenges, but it's how we let them affect us. And it really is a matter of choosing to respond differently and not react. react and whatever.
I love
And
that. Respond, not react.
yeah,
And you can do that through the breath, just by taking a breath, remembering that you can choose.
Count to 10, as they say, but really do. I remember years ago, we said, oh, count to 10, calm down, you know, but actually count to 10, just
do it.
And while you're counting to 10, but you're not counting, you've got in that 10 seconds, you're actually thinking, okay, how can I handle this differently? Because by getting wound up about someone else's behavior or holding on to resentment and bitterness from the past is like drinking poison and then expecting the other person to die. And of course, all we're doing is I know, powerful words, but it's true. And all we're doing is disempowering ourselves. That's the thing with, you know, we can shout and scream about other people and people won't always behave in a way we necessarily like or feel is fair or right, but the key is to observe it and don't let it get to you and feed you, because of course it is just disempowering. And
it's all that triggering stuff as well. And we could go on, but I know
but I really would. I'd say, if I say, you know, so many people go, oh my God, that's why I'm going wrong. I do all this stuff, I'm in lovely space, and then half the day I'm in negative space or fearful state, and then one counters the other.
But you can, as you say, you breathe in, count to 10. I always like to connect with my heart then as well, because it's a nice barometer for truth.
Yeah.
So how is this feeling for me as I'm counting to 10? Because you're also resourcing yourself when you connect with your heart. But as you know, also the heart field then extends out to others. So maybe that little ripple might help with other people around you. So let's have a little bit of heart breath here, just as we finish up with you here today. And heartfelt.
Heartfelt. Sending love. I say, you know, I remember years ago someone saying to me, well, if someone does you harm, you send them love. Well, I couldn't get my head around that years ago, but now I know that's the only way to deal with it. Or certainly don't send any negative emotion, because all it does is ping back at us. So, you know. Good. Anyway, my love, I could talk for too long. So anyway, thanks for having me on. Lots of love.
You're really, really welcome. And we'll play a little bit of Nina Simone. So keep your chi up, my friends. Until the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.